Here we are, my friends. Excellent. All right. Here we are. Whew. Let me know if you can hear me. Here we are, my friend. I don't need that. There we go. Okay, let's go. I'm going to light my candle and then we'll do a smoke cleanse. I want to welcome you to the new moon in Cancer. This is a beautiful, beautiful moment for us to be in. The new moon in Cancer is ushering in a fantastic place for us to be right now. And so what we're going to start with, like we do every time, we're going to start with a smoke cleanse. Let this be the moment we release anything that doesn't belong with us over the next hour. So as you are joining me, allow the smoke to release and remove anything that is maybe on your mind that doesn't have any value in the ritual. Allow it to release any worries, any tension, any conflict that maybe you've been experiencing before stepping into this sacred space with me right now. This is not me saying forget your troubles. It's just asking that you not bring them into our space right now. Trusting that with this smoke cleanse, those items will be taken up to the universe, to your spirit guides, and dealt with so that when we are finished here, you can approach them from a new angle and find the clarity that you deserve. It's not always the easiest thing for us to take care of or trust in. And we'll actually be able to talk about that a little bit during our time here together. I was just turning on Do Not Disturb. So that said, so beautiful. All right. Take some cleansing breaths as well, allowing yourself to ground into being here. If you're anything like me, when you come here, you might feel a little scattered, a little rushed, a little discombobulated, one of my favorite words. Taking some deep inhales and some conscious exhales allows you to settle in to your body as necessary. Allows you to be present. Maybe put a hand on your heart and your abdomen and do an inhale deeply and exhaling. Inhaling again through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. One more. Notice how just those 3 cleansing breaths help you feel more rooted and anchored and present in the moment. If you have not already, I'm going to invite you to light your own candle, maybe light your own incense. I've lit some patchouli to have burning through the ritual. I want to make sure it firmly takes. All right. And then additionally, if you have browsers open on your computer or your phone is near you, I invite you to close your tabs, close your email, close or mute your phone, just so that you get every opportunity to be uninterrupted and here for the work we are going to be doing here today. Like I said, this is the new moon in Cancer, and Cancer as a water sign is in the space of our emotions. Yay, fun. But what we need to remember, though, is that our emotions are not something for us to be afraid of or run away from. Our emotions are actually our path forward and through. And so allow this new moon to give you an opportunity to feel your intuition, feel your emotions, sense your intuition, and allow your emotions to show you your path forward. So beautiful. All right, so let's talk about Cancer. We've already talked that it's a water sign, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. So again, emotions, intuition, and those also link into your home and your family. So it is a time for us to prioritize our home life, our relationships with our families, ourselves included there, and to create that nurturing environment that we crave or want or wish to create. It's a good time for bonding with loved ones or addressing family dynamics. And because Cancer is connected to the moon, that's where intuition gets highlighted, right? Or heightened. And so use this opportunity to start trusting your inner guidance and pay attention to those nudges, those things where we go, and allow yourself to follow them. A lot of times we don't allow ourselves the pleasure of following those nudges. And I'll give a little silly story here. I was at the pharmacy yesterday with my middle child, and it's a really great time right now. All my kids are on antibiotics, and we've seen a lot of doctors in the last 48 hours. Anyway, so we were at the pharmacy, and our local independent pharmacy has um, they're like squishy things, and they come in a little steamer bun container, and I can't remember the name of them, but my daughter's all over them. She wants to collect them all. And while we were wandering the aisles of the store, I had a nuance, a nugget in my head that said one over, one down. And so when we were at the display case, I did the one over, one down, and I picked one of the little one of the little squishy buns, and it is glitter with my brand colors. And so it's just one of those things where that one over, one down was the nudge that I had from my intuition. And so now I have this beautiful squishy thing. It's like a stress ball, if you will, in my brand color. So I'm quite excited about that. So allow yourself the opportunity to follow. Additionally, now let's get back to the significance of Cancer. Additionally, with this moon sign or the astrological sign in this moon phase, there is a strong desire to create a sense of security and comfort, both emotionally and physically. So understand that the rawness you're going to feel can come from the need to make changes to your living space, to your relationships, to your boundary setting, so that you can ultimately protect your emotional well-being. Nothing in what we do is meant to have you extending yourself beyond what is available and comfortable to you. So let's take a look at some spiritual law for a second, because this is really going to help give this direction as well as bring the message home. When we think about the new moon in Cancer and it being about your emotional foundation, one of the spiritual laws that I think really applies here is the law of divine oneness. And that's the law that teaches us that everything is interconnected energy. So that is indicating that our internal state is not isolated from the rest of the world, that what we feel and experience internally is also rippling out into the world and experienced through what we engage with. So, how you're caring for your own emotional well being, your emotional body, your energetic body, that's going to directly impact the collective energy. And then that collective energy is what we then find ourselves responding to on any given day, in any given moment. So when you focus on the relationship that you have with yourself, that will be the vibrational state that you ripple out into the world around you. And that will then create and influence the experiences that you have each and every day. It's kind of profound, right? Okay, so why I love doing the new moon ritual is that this is that energetic window in the energy of the environment we're in for planting seeds of intention, for making plans, for manifesting. And this is the moment that we get to explore our emotions, how we talk to ourselves, how we tell the story of our life, what emotional scripts we're using. And then this particular new moon, we get to release the lingering weight. We get to reset our nervous system and reclaim a sense of emotional safety that is going to welcome in receiving all the good stuff that life has to offer. So there, I'm going to open the chat. I haven't opened that. All right, it's open now. Um, so yeah, that's the beauty of the new moon in Cancer, this specific one, but the new moon in general is when we get to think about where we want to be, where we want to go, and then where we want to focus our attention to get there. So let me introduce myself for those of you who are not familiar with me. My name is Carissa, and I am a crystal healer and spiritual advisor for sensitive and empathic women. I am the founder of Three Charm Gems, the Crystal Self Healer podcast, and I have a community, a free community in Facebook called the Charmed Community. What I love doing with my work is helping women overcome overwhelm, reclaiming their inner peace, and feeling empowered without guilt and shame. And so what we do is we use ritual, we use tarot, we use crystal healing as ways to create an energetic experience that works with the moon phases to allow us to uncover what it is that is creating blocks or building momentum to reach that ability to face the world in a calm, assured, confident way. And so when you work with me, that's how we focus. We do weekly calls and we do rituals and we do healings. And when you join me in the Self Healer Porter, Crystal Self Healer Members Portal, I'm being very tongue-tied today. If you join me at the Empath Inner Circle level, you also get aligned workbooks that help you focus on a specific topic and explore deeply what it is you think about that topic and how it is that you've created rules that hold you to standards that may not necessarily help you be the version of you that you want to be. Yay! So let's talk about the crystals, pardon me, that are going to be most supportive for us today. So the first one that we're going to do is amethyst. And you're going to notice if you were here last month, there are three overlaps from the previous month that really support and help in the new moon with Cancer. So, first one is amethyst, and this is going to support you in boosting your intuitive abilities. It helps to clear emotional confusion and provides clarity. Quite often, it is said to be a crystal that is beneficial for overcoming addictions. So it's going to help you in processing and understanding your deep feelings. It is excellent. It's a calming crystal, so it's going to help reduce your stress and your anxiety. It's going to support emotional balance, especially knowing that we're in a water sign that is all emotion. And it's also going to facilitate a deeper spiritual connection, right? Your connection to the divine, your connection with yourself. And it is also protective. So if you suddenly feel like you have this little invisible bubble surrounding you, that's because amethyst, so beautiful. The next crystal, again, a repeat from last week or last month, black tourmaline. This is going to provide you with grounding energy, which will help stabilize your emotions and create a sense of security. A lot of times we avoid our emotions because they are disruptive a lot of the time, especially when we don't feel like we have control of them. Black tourmaline is going to strengthen your emotional resilience, allowing you to navigate these rocky waters in a better way with strength and confidence. It helps with your overall um, emotional groundedness, and it helps to release the negative thought patterns and emotional blocks that can get in the way of becoming the version of you you want to be walking around as each and every day. So good. And our third repeat from last month is Labradorite. I love this crystal. Every time I pick up this crystal, I tell you guys how much I, I'm trying to watch my language. I tell my friends how much I love Labradorite every time I pick it up. So Labradorite is another protective crystal, but this crystal, because of its complementary other properties, takes it in a different direction. So, what Labradorite is going to support you in is letting go of old patterns and embracing new beginnings. There is it's almost more happenstance and happy-go-lucky kind of feeling as opposed to a lock it down feeling, right? So, it's also going to support intuition and psychic abilities. Um, it's going to shield you from the negative influences while also being open to serendipity and synchronicity. So when you're in a space where you're feeling very closed off because you need to protect yourself, Labradorite's going to complement that in a way that opens you up to more playfulness, more um, willingness to explore and the imagination and the creativity and new expressions emotionally. So Labradorite is more of the fun crystal this month. It's always a fun crystal, but it's countering the groundedness and the heaviness and the almost seriousness of the previous two crystals. Our third crystal this month is rose quartz. And you can't have a month focused on the watery emotions without including rose quartz. This is going to help enhance your self-acceptance, your treating yourself with kindness and being loving towards yourself. It will support you in healing some of your past emotional traumas and allowing for the emotional new start and the renewal that you demand, that's not the right word, um, wish to have. It's going to support emotional balance and harmony and allow you to navigate those moments with heightened emotions more effectively. And I want you to notice that I'm not saying get rid of heightened emotions. We don't want to ever stifle our experience of emotions, but what we want to be able to do is handle them with more um, even-handedness and with the ability to know that we can handle whatever comes our way. It's also going to help create rose quartz, will also help create a peaceful and nurturing space. So this is great for the introspection and the self-care that we benefit from when we actually allow ourselves to see what is being presented as a mirror to, for, and of ourselves. That's a tall order. Being able to see the window that is our inner world being shown to us by our outer experiences. So, yeah, rose quartz is wonderful for that. And our fifth and final crystal, I have this. Um, it's actually satin spar, but it's a version of selenite. And this is going to help clear out negative energy. It's going to help inspire and create a peaceful environment. It will support and boost your intuitive abilities and a strong connection to your own inner wisdom as well as emotional insight. It helps in connecting with mental clarity and emotional balance. This will help you release and process the emotions that don't serve you. And it'll help create energetic boundaries and support um, the the protection and security that you're getting from the tourmaline and the amethyst. This will work in conjunction with those crystals. And last but not least, this crystal will work so well on supporting your spiritual connection and growth. So if you were to place these two together, that's a beautiful combo, amethyst and selenite. So lovely. All right. Now, this is where we do the best work, in my opinion, when we're here each month under the new moon. And that is when we do the actual healing and delicious work of the meditation. So, in this moment, I encourage you to find a comfortable seat or lie down if that's what's available to you. And again, if you haven't already, mute your phone so that you can experience the meditation in in a way that is allowing you to be most receptive. And so as long as, when we're not sitting hunched or cramped or whatever, so find a comfortable space where distractions are turned off and you're not feeling restricted by tight clothing or an uncomfortable chair. If you're seated in a chair, please ensure that your feet are firmly on the ground. If you need to grab a book or a stool upon which to rest your feet, please do that. It helps with the grounding, it helps with the flow of energy in the physical world. And then I invite you to close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath. The inhale, the exhale, and the way that it feels in your body. We're not here to criticize or label what it is that the breathing is. It's just to experience it. This is our opportunity to be in our body, to be present in the moment, and to allow your body to soften and relax and settle. We're just observing for the moment. Observe how the breath feels when it enters your nose, hits the back of your throat, goes into your lungs. And observe whether you're taking shallow breaths that are contained in the top of your chest or whether you're taking lower, deeper, more full breaths. Neither is wrong. It is just where we are, and that is perfect. And much like we did earlier in our time here together, I want you to take 3 cleansing breaths in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And we'll do our first one, inhaling now, and then exhaling out through the mouth. Again, inhaling through the nose, filling your lungs completely. Maybe take another sip, and we'll exhale through the mouth. One more inhale deeply through the mouth, in through the mouth. My apologies, friends. Inhale deeply through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And now allow your breathing to return to its normal state. And notice if it feels any different now than it did a minute ago when we started sitting here together in meditation. As you continue to breathe, bring your awareness to your heart space, the center of your emotional being. Feel the gentle beat of your heart. The rising and the lowering of your rib cage as you breathe. Feel where your body is connecting with the surface below you. Observe and notice that you are safe, you are held, You are supported and you belong here. As we sit here, bring your mind's eye, bring your attention to your physical body. We're going to start at the tips of your toes and methodically and slowly work your way up through your body, the balls of your feet, the arches, your heels, your ankles. And as you continue to breathe and bring your awareness through your body, notice where you might feel tightness, discomfort, pain. So your calves and your shins, your knees, your thighs, your sits bones, your hips, your lower abdomen, your upper abdomen, your diaphragm, your rib cage, your shoulders, your collarbones, your biceps and triceps, your forearms, your elbow, your wrists, the palms of your hand, your fingers, all the way to the tips. Your throat, your chin, your jaw, your nose, your ears, your cheeks, your eyes, your forehead, the crown of your head. And with that mental inventory that we just did, breathe into each and every one of the spaces, one at a time, where you felt tension or discomfort or pain. Focus your attention on those places and deep breathing into those spaces. And as you're breathing into those spaces, I want for you to invite in the energy of black tourmaline. Call in black tourmaline into your energetic space, allowing it to permeate and mix and mingle and become part of your energetic imprint, your energetic environment. And allow the energy of the black tourmaline to help clear out and clean out anything that does not serve, anything negative, anything hurtful and harmful, the discomfort, the dis-ease. Allow it to help you feel grounded, totally present here and now, one with and of your physical body. As you continue to breathe to the spaces where there's discomfort or dis-ease in your body, we're going to now call in the energy of amethyst. Breathe it into your energetic essence, allowing it to permeate and intermingle with your energetic cycle, your energetic imprint. Working with the black tourmaline, further enhancing any boundaries or protectiveness that you need around you. And feel the connective string that is your divine connection. Feel it taking form. Maybe it was spotty before, but allow the black tourmaline with the amethyst to strengthen and solidify that connection. And allow your exhale to be your opportunity to release anything that does not serve, does not need to be with you. Maybe you feel like yawning. Maybe you feel tingling or warmth in your fingertips or the palms of your hands. Maybe there's a tickle in your nose. My apologies. Next, we're going to call in the energy of Labradorite. Invite in this happy, magical, protective energy. Allow it to lift your energy out of that protective groundedness of the black tourmaline, and it's going to complement the black tourmaline by bringing in the fun, the happy-go-lucky, the serendipitous willingness to follow and see how paths unfold. Labradorite does not eliminate or remove the connectedness and the groundedness of the black tourmaline. You still have that. But the Labradorite is opening doors and allowing paths to reveal themselves to you. That maybe some of the fears and the worries and the doubts that you've been having have been blocking or closing. Allow the Labradorite to open those blocks for you. Next, we're going to invite in the energy of the rose quartz. Again, allowing it to permeate and become part of your energetic signature. Complementing the black tourmaline, the amethyst, the labradorite. Let the rose quartz give you those emotional hugs that you wish you were getting in the physical world. The quiet affirmation that it's okay, that you will be okay. The ability to see and feel and experience the compassion in the face of. That it's okay to make mistakes, that you're still lovable. That it's okay to try new things, doesn't define who you are. Next, we're going to call in, invite in the energy of selenite, allowing it to come into your energetic signature, becoming part of that vibrational state that you are. Let it intermingle with all the other crystals, strengthening, reinforcing your connection to self, your connection to the divine, your connection to your intuition. Invite the crystals to focus their energy on any of the spaces from the mental inventory and allow them to help you heal, transmute, change anything that was feeling out of sorts or amiss, uncomfortable. Starting from the crown of your head, we're going to do the same mental inventory we did earlier, but we're starting at the crown and working down. Your third eye, your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyes, your nose, your cheeks, your jaw, your chin, your throat, your collarbones, your shoulders, the arms, the biceps, triceps, forearms, your elbow, your wrist, your hands, the palms of your hands, your fingers, your upper chest, your lower chest, your rib cage, your diaphragm, your upper abdomen, lower abdomen, your waist, your hips, your sits bones, your thighs, your knees, your shins, your calves, your ankles, the soles of your feet, your heels, the balls of your feet, your toes. Notice if anything feels different. Allow your breath and the crystal energy to do their work. And when you're ready, bring your attention back to your body, returning your energetic and mental space into your physical form, fully embodying your physical body. Breathing into your abdomen. Start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Roll your wrists and your ankles. Roll your hips side to side, front to back. Rolling your shoulders forward. And then backwards, lifting your shoulders up to the lobes of your ears and then dropping them down. Turning your head to the left, back to center, to the right, back to center, looking up at the ceiling. Then dropping your chin to your chest, taking a nice deep inhale here. Exhaling through your mouth. And when you're ready, open your eyes, allowing your gaze to rest on something in the near distance as your focus comes back, the vision. I hope that served you well, my friends. Whew. So now that we are back in our body, I would love for you to grab your notebook or your journal. We're going to take a couple minutes to work through the prompts that we do every single month. What we're going to do first is we're going to think back over the last 28 days. And what we're going to be doing is thinking about what we accomplished, what we didn't get done that we wanted to, what worked, what didn't work, and what we think we might want to do differently. For those of you joining me on Zoom, those prompts will be in the comments. And just take a couple minutes to jot down any revelations that you got during the meditation or any thoughts that are coming up to you in this moment. And when you're ready, we now will focus on the upcoming 28 days. And what I'd like for you to contemplate is what would you like to manifest in the upcoming moon cycle? How can you use the energies that we've talked about today before the meditation and during the meditation to support you? And what is it that you are committing your focused attention on? Again, those prompts are going to be in the chat. It's okay if you feel a heightened sense of emotion. This is your opportunity to have your honesty surface, right? Hmm. But also allow your intuition to rise. I encourage you to keep writing. I am going to share two cards that were pulled before our time together. The first card is from the Moonology deck, and it is for the new moon in Cancer. And this card is offering that we are willing or welcome to relax. This is the reminder that we are all fully supported, that everything is safe and well, and that when we approach everything we're working on from a place of spaciousness and flow of energy instead of being forceful, that is when things will find the opportunity to flow. So this card is inviting you to take time to nurture yourself and the people around you and the projects that you have going on in your life, and to always remember to be gentle with yourself as well. And then this card, not purposely picked, but this is the card that showed up, drives the message home, and that is the Queen of Pentacles. This is a generous woman. She's seated on her throne holding a pentacle, sitting within a lush environment. This is a woman, the woman who has resources that she can access as well as share with people around her. When we pair this card with the one from the Moonology deck for relaxing, the message becomes very, very clear. You are part of and belong to a prosperous and generous universe. Relax into that knowledge. Allow that to become your baseline that you build your life upon. And this also brings it back to not only the significance of the new moon in Cancer, but also the law of divine oneness. We often find ourselves in our thought patterns of fear and scarcity. Phew, excuse me. And those become our driving factors that we consider and look at our life through, right? Those are the lenses through which we see our life, our scarcity, our fear, our worry, the ways that we think we're not good enough or not worthy enough or um, can't do the things that we dream of doing, right? And so, as long as we approach life from that negative, we will always be in a space of seeing that reflected in the universe for us. By sending out that energy, that's the energy that gets brought back to us. And so when we think about the new moon in Cancer, and we think about the law of divine oneness and the ability to relax into a universe that provides us with everything we would want, and that we are the Queen of Pentacles who has the ability to tap into and use and share the resources of this universe, it helps to shift you from a space of restriction and lack into a more spacious way of being. And whether you apply this to how you think about yourself when it comes to your crystals and using them, or your tarot and using them, or whether we apply that thinking to our relationships with ourselves or our friends and family. It all can come full circle when we stop being all clenched and worried and more spacious, open, and inviting. It drastically changes the dynamic. So, we're going to allow ourselves to tap into our abdominal space, because that is a space where we create connections. Our sacral chakra is how it's how we see ourselves in the world, it's how we connect with others. Our solar plexus is how we express that in our life, how we manifest it in our life. And each of the five crystals will support us. While those crystals don't necessarily reside in those two chakras, these crystals support that energy because it's helping to address any of the imbalances in any of our other spaces that then create that restriction that we're trying to not have limit us. So, where we're going to go now is that if you have any desires for being able to express where it is you want to go and how it is you want to live your life, but you're struggling to trust your intuition, or you're second guessing your inner wisdom, or you're firmly rooted in this self-doubt and self um, unworthiness, and you're wanting to shift those things, but you're not seeing the path forward. I want to invite you to join me inside the Crystal Self Healer members portal, because when we gather next week under the first quarter moon, we do a momentum ritual. It is something that builds on the intentions that we've set today and puts a ritual and an energetic direction behind it. The focus is the aligned workbook that we have inside the Empath Inner Circle. Um, you don't have to join at that level, but you can always work with those energies. And then join me in the Crystal Self Healer members portal for the full moon crystal healing release that we do as well. And this will help you on an energetic level work through the moon phase with the relationship to the new moon intentions that you have sent or have set here today. So if you are interested in that, I'm going to post the link inside the chat. You can always book a free intuitive clarity call that will allow you to share what it is you're trying to do, where it is you want to be, what it is you're experiencing, and where you're blocked. And then we can talk about how the portal will help you achieve that desired end result. My friends, thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope that this experience has allowed you that opportunity to release any of the heaviness that a lot of us carry around by default, and see that it is possible to live inside a yes and environment where you can be independent and deeply connected, that you can be authentic and accepted, that you can be bold and still loved. And if those are the things that you struggle with, come and join me inside the Crystal Self Healer members portal. With that said, I want to thank you for joining me here today. It is always my honor to be here doing these rituals with you to help you start moving and working with your crystals. And I look forward to seeing you in the next gathering. Blessed be, my friends. Have a wonderful wonderful rest of your day.